You are back listening to Safe Space on WURD Radio, 96.1 FM, 900 AM. Shout out to all the folks who are tuned in via Word TV. Those of you who are watching on Facebook Live, wordradio.com, Twitch, all of that good stuff. And then our listeners, right? Just want to acknowledge our folks out in Chicago, in Los Angeles. I know y'all have to be tuned in right now because two powerhouse women from each of your cities will be joining us this evening. And I am so excited to get the 2021 Level Up Wrap Up Party going down right here on WURD Radio. In this moment, I have the honor, the privilege, the pleasure of chatting with three leaders of the stations that partnered on the Women's History Month Salute and celebration to Black women-owned businesses. We have Sarah Lomax Reese, President and CEO of WURD Radio, Melody Span Cooper, CEO of WVON in Chicago, and Karen Slade, who is VP and General Manager of KJLH in Los Angeles. This is like, it feels like almost a year ago when we chatted, but it was really just, it was March 1st. But so much has happened since then. So first and foremost, thank each of you for somehow, some way making the time for us to be able to do this today. Sarah, of course, we got to start with you and these popping curls. But you got to go my own way. But, you know, just kind of bring us up to speed, each of you, on what this 2021 Level Up contest has been like. In the midst of a pandemic, doing things virtually, like so different from the first go round of this. So Sarah, let's start with you.
Yeah, thanks, Syreeta. Yeah, it's great to see you, Melody and Karen. You know, this year was very different because it was like a decentralized Level Up experience. The first year we did it, we really synced up very tightly in terms of our execution. And last year, 2020, obviously we had to put it on hold. We were about to launch it. Melody came to Philly, and we did our kickoff party, and then everything shut down. So we had to put Level Up on hold in 2020. But then this year we came together and we said, let's do it. But each city kind of did their own within the general framework. We each did a slightly different execution. You know, we all knew that we were going to be featuring Black women entrepreneurs from Philly, Chicago, and LA. And we knew that we were going to have a prize. And we knew that we were going to, you know, help them refine their business pitches through this process. And so it's been really fun just working collaboratively with Melody and Karen again, and hearing the great work that these Black women entrepreneurs are doing in Philly, in Chicago, and LA. And it's just a really wonderful opportunity to have kind of cross-cultural, national partnership. And so it's been fun.
Yeah, and I know here in Philly, we did the pitch party situation, which was lit, y'all. Oh my gosh. It was like rapid fire of these amazing Black women, delivering their pitches. And you listen, if you missed that, the best thing I can tell you is just go back to Word TV on our Facebook Live and you can check that out. But it was a time for sure. Something you spoke on, Sarah, that I would love for Melody and Karen to kind of expand on is how you really fit this contest to what the community in your city needed at that particular time, you know? So Melody, let's go to you.
Yeah, so you know what was interesting? It seems like in the year when there was so much disruption, Level Up just really took off, right? Because we've been at this, I think, Sarah, like 3 or 4 years now, and trying to figure out how to have a national footprint with this, with this wonderful concept. And, never could pull it out, but we were committed, just making sure that we were repping in Philly, repping in Chi, repping in LA. And so what I think the magic that happened this year, because everything was so disruptive, we just said, hey, we're doing this, and you do your thing in LA, and you do your thing in Chicago Melody, and I'm gonna do my thing in Philly. And they all turned out so different, but so dynamic, and we started adding, like our own local sponsorships to it. And it's just a matter of time, Syreeta, before this thing really takes off in a big national way. Because what I recognize is, and was so shocked by, was the amount of talent. I mean, these sisters who applied for this year, not just in Chicago, but in LA and WURD in Philly. They were all so, they're top notch. They're ready. They're just ready to soar and thrive. And I think that's what I appreciated the most, is that we've been at this. Sarah came up with this idea, and we're like, let's go, not really understanding fully what we were getting into, but allowing us all to kind of matriculate into our own space the way we needed to for our market. And I think that's what's been so really cool about it, really dynamic about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Karen.
I think I'll steal one of Melody's words. Dynamic is the key. For me, I enjoy the collaboration. Specifically me, I'm working, I feel like just in my office or at home, isolated, head down, burrowing through. And so they allow me to come up, collaborate, and think beyond LA, beyond the box, so to speak. And so when we came up with Black women entrepreneurs, I thought, it's been such a tough year. Maybe we can help people get beyond the economic situation of 2020 and get beyond that and help them grow. And through the process, we found so many women that were on the precipice of greatness, and some that were already in the trenches fighting, and all they needed was just a little help. And I think ours came out very well, specifically because the judges each brought something to the table and helped each one with an action plan to get their business started. But then our winner was just stellar. She was there. She didn't need the extra help. She was already poised for greatness. So all we can do is help her achieve her goals.
Yeah. And gotta shout out the winners, right? We here in Philly had Anissa Smith of Black Food and Dessert Expo, whom we'll hear from a little later in the show. But out in LA, KJLH, there was Nicole Green, who is a bakery owner. Coco's Lit Smacking Cupcakes. It makes me want some. Okay. I'm here for it. And then also we had Angie Moore, who was out of the shy, WVON. She is the creator of Detox Life products. And so we'll touch base with our winners in just a second. But want to make sure, if we could really quickly, what each of you feel like you ultimately, and when I say you, I mean your stations, your respective stations, but also the communities in your market. What was really gained from this level up contest? How did this not just level up the winners and the contestants, but just level up the culture overall? And if we can, Melody, we can start with you, and then we'll go to Sarah, and then we'll go to Karen.
So let me tell you what I did, Syreeta, and I kind of teased Karen and Sarah yesterday. I was so enamored by these young ladies. I'm telling you, I was concerned because I asked Sarah, I said, Sarah, how many people, signed up in Philly? And she was like, oh, girl, I got, 100. I got tons of them or what. I was like, oh, my God, I only got 12 women, right? And I'm like, how did we spend this amount of time, Syreeta, trying to get, capture Chicago in its fullness and give these women this kind of opportunity? But let me tell you what happened. It wasn't the quantity for me. It was the quality. I mean, all 12 of these young ladies could have just been a finalist, and we picked 3. But what has happened since then is I got so excited with these women. It was so difficult to choose. I actually started a cohort that I'm going to start teaching on Saturday. And I'm bringing these young women together in this cohort called Her Institute. And I'm going to take them through 6 sessions on business advancement, right? Just an accelerated course that, because you can't really teach entrepreneurship, you can story tell around experiences, and you can put people in place, that will help them, kind of budget and that kind of thing. But just I understand why God only gave me 12, right? And so surprisingly, 11 of them signed up. I only lost 1 person, right? And they signed up for 6 weeks of this, right? And so that's what it did for me. It was, when something major happens that's powerful, it does more than fix one thing. This fixed something in me, a yearning to want to mentor young women coming up, because entrepreneurship is so lonely. I think that's what kind of brings the 3 of us together. It's very lonely. You can have your girlfriends, and most of them work in corporate, or they go do their 9 to 5, and when they come home, they're like, "Okay, girl, what you talking about?" Right? You got to make payroll.
Yep.
And so it fixed something for me, and so I'm really excited about that.
So this sounds like it's about to be the book, like 3.4.0. Like you bringing it, you taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely amazing. Sarah, your take on it.
So, Syreeta, we're in Philly, and Philly has this narrative around not having a thriving Black business ecosystem. Like the stats say that only 2.5% of the businesses in Philadelphia are Black owned. And there's some dispute about that. Apparently a new study says that number is incorrect. And what this year's Level Up contest revealed to me is that there are a lot of these Black women owned businesses that do exist in Philadelphia. And so, the whole idea of shifting the narrative around, like Melody said, we got almost 100 applications or submissions, nominations, that's the word, for Level Up. And one, we hit it really, really hard. As you know, we were obnoxious about Level Up in March. I will own that. But it also revealed that there are all of these, and these are just, I feel like we just scratched the surface. And so for us at WURD, I feel like it opened up a network and an ecosystem of businesses that I wasn't aware of before, that we can talk to, we can interview, we can support in different ways. Not just the winner, obviously we support the winner, and not just the 2 runner-ups, but this broader network. And so I think that was encouraging. And I love the idea that Melody's doing in Chicago, like a very hands-on thing. And it's funny, the last thing I'll say is I'm just coming off of another panel of Black women talking about, how they did what they did and how their career trajectory. And there was a younger woman on the panel, and I told her, like, let's talk offline, because there's some things that I can tell she's like yearning. And so I like this idea of mentoring, and so I might steal.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's collaborate on it. I do want to say I love these women, and it is, I'll tell you, entrepreneurship is lonely, but radio entrepreneurship is like really, really lonely. Really lonely. So
that's why y'all got a sisterhood that's
right.
That, like, I think some of us will just never really understand, right? Like, there's just some level of it that I think, having never been in any of your positions, clearly, but like, that once you're there, like you have to be in it to really understand it. And I think that is the value and then some that each of you bring to the contestants, to the winners, to the nominees, is that wealth of information and wisdom and experience. Karen, tell us about LA.
Well, we are so, LA is an odd market. We're about 7% Black. So our businesses are scattered and few. We had perhaps 40, a little over 40 applicants for the promotion. Most of them were not ready. The three finalists were astounding. I mean, I was really impressed with them. But the one we selected was right there. She was so advanced. Everything we tried to offer her, she knew about. It's like, oh, you know about these resources, and trying to research for the, for the program. I found out more resources in LA that I didn't even know existed, especially for entrepreneurs. So it allowed us to not just do a shout out for a Black business, but to help a Black business owner grow. In the process, I did some growing too. And so the thing that, like, we have a Chamber of Commerce here, African American Chamber of Commerce, that the three finalists are allowed to go into. And now we're growing that relationship. So even though I'm acting as a facilitator, I'm also working closely with the winner. But I could do more. I could do more. And I will.
Listen,
You do a lot, Karen. You do.
That's amazing.
Like, really appreciating in that moment, you speaking to how even trying to grow someone else requires growth on your part, right? Like, how am I going to put you on anything or provide resources if I'm not tapped in, or if I'm not challenging myself in that way? And that sounds like it's definitely one of the many benefits that came out of this. Just a win for the culture across the board, because when each of you succeed or are able to tap into more resources, that's then in turn available to our communities, our families, our Black owned businesses, all of that. So absolutely awesome. I want to bring in our winners from Chicago and from LA. They're going to come in live. Loves, if you're just tuned in, listen, we have a really exciting conversation experience happening right now. The 2021 Level Up Wrap Up Party is going down right here in this moment. I've been chatting with Sarah Lomax Reese, President and CEO of WURD Radio, Melody Span Cooper, CEO of WVON in Chicago, and Karen Slade, VP and General Manager of KJLH in Los Angeles. And we're talking about the 2021 Level Up Contest. At this point, kind of checking back in, because it's all winners have been announced, all major events have happened, and all that good stuff. And so now we get to chat with the winners. And so later in this hour, you will hear a pre-recorded interview with our Philly winner, because sis is out here in these streets working. Okay, this past weekend, like, they all are, but like, she's literally working in this moment. She had her dessert and Chef Expo that happened this past weekend. And so again, to the Black Food and Dessert Expo team, we say just hats off to you all for getting that done in the midst of a pandemic, and also having the visionary behind your business do the work necessary to help you all level up, right? By way of this contest. But we get to welcome Nicole Green, who is a bakery owner of Coco's Lip Smacking Cupcakes, coming to us by way of KJLH out in LA, right? And then we also have Angie Moore, WVON winner, coming to us by way of Chicago, all right? And so she is the creator of Detox Life Products. So Nicole and Angie, congratulations to you both. Thank you both for choosing a safe space with us today. Tell folks a little bit about who you each are and what you each do.
Hi.
I was going to say, we'll start with you.
I don't know.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for having me on the show. This is an amazing opportunity, and I'm so excited. As you can see, I just jumped right in. But my name is Coco, or Nicole Green. I am the owner of Coco's Lip Smacking Cupcakes, and we are based in Los Angeles, California. We've been in business since 2013. I currently have a food truck that we run, and we are gearing up to open our first bakery. So we are super excited about that. And I'm so excited to be working with Karen. She's been so helpful just already. So I'm so excited for what's going to come from the partnership with her and the other ladies that were on the panel.
Yeah, listen, we do food trucks out here in Philly, so please continue to level up, because if we can get some lip smacking cupcakes out here, we definitely want to make
we
sure
got to work that
out. Let's go and bring in Angie Moore, our WVON winner out of Chicago, creator of Detox Life products. Angie, thank you so much.
Thank you. Wow. It is a complete honor and pleasure to join you all tonight. Hello to Melody, Sarah, and Karen, our amazing, fabulous boss ladies. As the owner of Detox Life Products, this has been an absolutely phenomenal opportunity, even though we're just starting out. So blessed, so thankful. I currently have a space that I'm gearing up to sort out so people can drop by and pick up more products and talk with me. Of course, socially distanced, friendly, and just getting ready for this next phase. Wow.
Yeah. So, ladies, I want to try to bring in. We're gonna do a little bit of the movements of radio and virtual life and all of that. For Nicole, right, who is coming out of LA, KJLH, I want to bring in Karen, so that folks can hear from you all at the same time, right? Karen has spoken. She touched a bit on, in a very transparent way, about how this contest really, provided an opportunity for the folks at KJLH, for her to be able to better serve the community, better serve Black women business owners. So Coco, what did it mean for you to be the 2021 Level Up Contest winner? And what does it mean to know that is tied to another Black woman who is in radio and women like yourself?
It really means a lot. Like, words can't even describe how much it means. My mom is a huge fan of KJLH, so she's the one who sent me the information. So I, like Karen said, I'm always on top of everything. So I'm always applying to something. So when I heard back, I'm like, what? No way. Okay. So I'm like, okay, let's gear up, for this pitch. Okay, I got it. I'm not gonna lie, those women were very intimidating. Strong Black women that are very educated. They came with their A game, but it was great. It was a great experience. It was a great learning experience, and it definitely had me on my toes. It had me on my toes, but I feel like I was prepared. I was well prepared for the moment, and to know that I won and I'm able to just utilize these women to the fullest is amazing. Like, having them on my team and knowing that they're rooting for me and they want to help me get to that next level is amazing. And this is honestly not something that money can buy, because you hear all the time, there's so many resources, there's so much money out here for small businesses. It really doesn't make it down to us, to our people, and especially to female-owned businesses. So the fact that we have this opportunity for women is amazing, and I'm just very grateful for this opportunity. And like I said, Karen has been so helpful already, so I'm so excited to what we're gonna do together.
Yeah, and Karen, want to bring you in, because I saw your face go up. And make sure technology tries to get us. So make sure you off mute.
Oh, okay. I'm excited too with this. I think when you see a young person that is passionate about what they do, they put in the time, they've done all the hard work, and they just need some help navigating this new space. They know their product, but maybe there's some things you can help them with, if it's access to financing, a marketing plan, the considerations for expansion, or scaling up. Just anything that we have been through that we can help them. And if we don't know, make sure that you give them access to people that do know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the pleasure of this whole contest is I met some amazing young women. And Nicole just blew us all away. I mean, she's right.
Thank you.
I pulled in the posse for the judges. They didn't pull any punches.
They did not.
She was ready for them. She had a response for every one of them. So I was like, go, girl, go, do it.
They say if you stay ready, you don't have to get
ready. Right.
She was ready.
Yeah. And Karen, real quick, I saw your eyebrows kind of go up when Coco mentioned her mom is a fan of the station. You know, she listens, supports. What does that mean to you to know that, you know, listeners who have had a relationship with the station, like we're talking multi-generational now?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to articulate how much it means to me because we do or try to do so much for the community. And the relationship we have with our listeners and our clients is the reason we're here 50 plus years. So when I hear the mom and then the daughter, hey, I may not be here for the next generation, but I hope that the credibility of the company continues on and that we continue to do good work and raise our community up and level up the ladies.
Yeah. I love it. I'm not going to get misty. I want to bring in Angie Moore. Let's take it to Chicago now, right? So we're bringing back Angie Moore, who is the winner for WVON, and we're bringing in Melody Span Cooper. That same, you know, looking to capture that same moment for you two, Melody. You know, you taking this, running this, being a part. Like an amazing partner in the Level Up contest and overall, but you know, specifically this year, and that resulting in Angie, you know, taking the win. So Angie, first and foremost, congratulations. And what has this win meant for you? What's your relationship to WVON? Like, tell us a little bit about it.
Wow. So this win has been confirmation that what is for me is for me. When is your time? It's your time. And what's for you, nobody can take it from you. I've had a lot of losses. I've had a lot of setbacks. And I actually spoke with Melody and told her, you know, this entrepreneurship thing, it is very lonely. And when we spoke, I told her about how I created this product almost 8 years ago, but had I had the support that I needed, it would have taken off maybe 8 years ago, right? And also, I've been in other competitions, and sometimes you get a no and it just crushes you and you can't really pull yourself back up. So I don't take this win for granted. And this is why it's so much sweeter, because when you finally do win, it's like, man, this was a long road coming, but you just keep pushing, you keep moving forward, and you don't give up on your dreams. My relationship with WVON, and it's going to sound like I'm parroting Miss Coco, but literally my mom and my grandmother, I am a WVON baby, okay?
All right, so we
and
third generation with it.
I mentioned in my pitch that at night and in the mornings and whatever time, we would listen to the old school veterans out here in Chicago. And I remember them, and listen, VON is part of the community. It's part of the family. I grew up on the west side of Chicago. I still have roots here. And, you know, Black folks know WVON. It's no different from the Chicago Defender and Ebony Magazine. It is our history, our Chicago history, Black history. So I am definitely a WVON baby. And that's why I said it is such an honor, a complete, utter honor to not only be recognized, but also after you are such a generational, if you will, listener and supporter of the radio station, to receive something back from the radio station, it is absolutely phenomenal.
Wow. All right. Well, Melody, you know, I got to bring you in on that.
Well, I mean,
Right?
you know what I wanted to do, Syreeta, when Sarah, oh, I'm sorry, when Karen was talking, I wanted to say, girl, I can beat you at that. Because when Angie told me about her mother and her grandmother. But Angie, if you don't mind, I want you to go back because I don't think you told the people what your product was. How'd you win this? What is so powerful about detox products? Tell them real quick.
So I'm creating an all natural fruit. As I mentioned, 8+ years ago, I created this all natural fruit and vegetable wash called Fruit Detox. I made this product way back when I was down in Florida A&M University after a discussion that we had in my food science class. And we were talking about, whether or not people wash their fruits and vegetables. And I know my people, I know culture. A lot of us do use dish detergent, amongst other things, to clean our fresh produce. So when I made this, I said, I got to get my people together. So I made an all natural version of a fruit cleanser. It's an all natural wash of the things that a lot of us already use: lemon juice, at one point vinegar, essential oils, and a very, very simple soap that just knocks off the surface dirt and bacteria. As you all can see from my name, it's Detox X Products. That's how you can find me on Instagram and Facebook and social media. And yes, this is the moneymaker. This is the $1 million product right here, Fruit Detox.
Syreeta, what was so interesting about it was, you think about what happened in COVID and you had to wash everything off, right?
Yes.
So she was so ahead of the curve on that. And then her background, she's traveled abroad and she's really, come up with this formula and figured out how to take it to scale. Just all of these ladies are so dynamic. In Chicago, Sarah was so funny when we did the competition a couple of weeks ago because Angie's dynamic, but there was another young lady that was dynamic. She went to Asia and she makes Taiwan. She makes soul food egg rolls, right? And like vegetarian soul food egg. So just the skill set and the talent out here is crazy. But this young lady that you're looking at, this Angie Moore, is she is going to take over the world. She really is, because just like Coco and all of our winners, they're so passionate about their products, right? And what they're delivering to the world. And that's half of it, being able to tell that story. So I'm just excited about them all.
Awesome. So listen, Angie, really quick, let folks know where they can follow you at on social media, how we can connect, how we can purchase, support, buy Black, all that good stuff. What's the best way for us to do that?
The best way to purchase Fruit Detox is to go on my Instagram page, where you can simply click the link and you can buy actually through my Instagram page. If that is not working for you, go to Detox with 2 X's products on Detox Life products on Facebook, and it will take you right to my website where you can check out.
All right. And Loves will be sure to drop all the links you need and our WURD TV Facebook live stream. Again, that's Detox, DETOXX Life Products, right? You can Google it. It'll pop up. Connect with them on Facebook. Support Buy Black. But also listen, right? Listen to the Black folks who are documenting our stories, who are, really just keeping the pulse on our culture, right? And specifically in Chicago. So you can go to WVON.com, right? So shout out to our Chi-Town folks. And then of course over at KJLH, right? If we can, I want to definitely make sure that we bring back Coco, so that we can get the deets on Coco's lip smacking cupcakes, right? So Coco, let folks know where we can find you at, follow you on social media. Let me know if you shipping, because
that is a work in progress. It's a work in progress. But everyone can follow us on Instagram at Lip Smacking Cupcakes. Everything is spelled correctly. Our website is cocoslipsmackingcupcakes.com. email lipsmackingcupcakes@gmail.com. You can Google us. We're on Google. We're on Yelp. Yeah. So reach out and we will be shipping soon, guys. Okay. So follow us, even though you're not in LA.
Yeah. Oh, listen, the outside got to open up at some time. So
right, it has
to. Now we know where we can get our sweet tooth satisfied.
Yes,
and really quickly, Coco, let folks know, like if you can, in 30 seconds or a little less of, just a bit about Coco's Lip Smacking Cupcakes. How you all are different? What's the sauce that y'all put on it? That y'all do?
The sauce? Well, actually, it's in our name. It is lip smacking. I promise you. Besides our very catchy and fun name that people love to say every time they come to the truck, our flavors are very unique. Everything we make is from scratch, and our presentation is what sets us apart from everyone else. But definitely the taste. We have so many fun flavors: Snickers, Fruity Pebbles. I do a breakfast cupcake, okay, with the little mini pancake on the top with the bacon and the syrup. We have a Thin Mint cupcake inspired by the Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies. Our classic red velvet, of course, strawberry with the fresh strawberries, and the list goes on. I have about 17 great flavors, and everything is made from scratch.
So you
and
tell
we
me
also have a classic pound cake, sock it to me cake, peach cobbler.
I can get a pancake, and I can get bacon, and I can get a cupcake.
Yes,
and
it's
icing
delicious.
is all in one.
It's delicious. Yes, it's delicious. Yes,
Trainer gonna cuss me out after I visit you, and
you need a treat. You need a treat. Let me know as soon as you touch down. I got you.
I promise you, I absolutely will. I absolutely will. All right, loves. You have just heard from our winner out in Chicago. Shout out to, or KJLH, I should say. We talked to both of our winners, right? We have Angie Moore out of WVON out of Chicago, and then we just talked to Nicole Green, our KJLH winner out of LA. She is the visionary, the creator, the owner of Coco's Lip Smacking Cupcakes, right? And so now we have those websites again. Coco's, that's COCOS, lipsmackingcupcakes.com. Okay, Coco's Lip Smacking Cupcakes, and then we have Detox Life Products, DETOXX Life Products. We're talking about, washing our fruits, being mindful and cleanly in our food preparation, cleaning, especially with our fruits. Clearly ahead of the curve. She was already about that life. All right, Angie was getting it done for us. So shout out to Melody Span Cooper and also Karen Spade, both who joined us to reflect not only on the 2021 Level Up contest. What we're going to do now is hear from our Philly winner, right? So she out here in these streets grinding every day. She's hustling, getting it done, right? So we wanted to make sure she was included in this conversation. Although she could not do it live, she was able to do a pre-recorded interview. So we got that done. And now we get the opportunity to hear a bit about her story and what life has been like since winning the 2021 Level Up contest here in Philly. So Anissa Smith, the WURD winner of the 2021 Level Up contest. She is the owner and creator of Black Food and Dessert Expo. Let's take a listen to Anissa's story. Of the 2021 Level Up contest and pitch party is Anissa Smith, CEO of Black Food and Dessert Expo. Anissa, congratulations. Welcome back, love. She is joining us now to reflect on that moment and life thereafter. How have you been?
Oh gosh, so amazing. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, awesome. So amazing. I'm still on a high. We had the expo this weekend. So I know. I can't even believe it. And at my full-time job now, but I'm still in awe at the weekend we had. Such an amazing weekend from Friday at 4:00 to yesterday at 6:00. The community, the culture. Yeah. So at present time, I'm even more excited than I was when you saw me on the 31st.
Right. So listen, tell folks a little bit about the expo, right? The Black Food and Dessert Expo. Paint the picture for us, for those of us who haven't experienced it. Tell us a bit about how it flowed this weekend.
Yeah, awesome. So I started the Black Food and Dessert Expo in 2017 as a way to really bring together Black chefs and bakers. Our first expo started with only 75 people in a very small venue in Chestnut Hill. And really, it just was a chance for ticket holders to shop and sample and taste and sip. All of us, who don't have brick and mortars, who don't have food trucks, homegrown food businesses. And over the last 4 years, we grew it, right? In July of 2019, we actually had it at the Valley Forge Oaks Expo Center, 750 people. We were kind of going up, like Cardi says, we were up. And COVID happened. We were slated to start going to other states. We were just moving in such a great direction. It was big. So in 2020, we reimagined, repivoted, and we started what is now known as the pop-up experience, only because of the way in which we do it. So in October, we held our first one in conjunction with Philly Black Restaurant Week. And it's a weekend of chefs and bakers, same concept, but only 30 people can be in per hour, and then they come out and another 30 come in. And that's why we call it kind of pop up. Whereas our old expos, it was 4 hours, all 500 people in at one time, 25 vendors. And so in order to get those 500 people and 25 vendors, we had to actually do 3 events. So we do an event on Friday night, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. And we just did it again in April. And so this weekend was so amazing. The community just poured into businesses. I mean, when people show up, they shop at all 8 vendors. And it just was so great just to see the businesses looking good, because we really help them to prepare for it. It's not just them vending, right? So we're helping businesses 90 days leading up to the expo, and they all showed up and they looked so good. They were ready, had their marketing, and we teach them how to gain forever customers, not just to sell food, right? And so they had coupons and menus and specials, and it was just so great. So that was all weekend long. We were featured on the news on Friday. That helped us sell out our Sunday event. Lots of media coverage. Just a big support for the Black food and dessert community this weekend. Definitely a win.
Awesome. And so I want to kind of get back to this 2021 Level Up contest, right? So did you nominate yourself, or did someone nominate you?
Oh yeah, and so someone sent it to me to nominate myself. So I had never heard anything about it. People have been sending me different pitch contests, different things. I've applied for lots of grants and things this year, as small businesses have, and I had never pitched for BFA ever. I never pitched for anything. Wow. So yeah, someone sent it to me. I just quick applied, like I've been doing everything. And when they said that I made it to the finals, I was like, who, me? And so I was ready. I just looked at it as it was going to be a practice for future. Like, I was like, there's no way I'm going to win. I'll just get the practice, right? I know a lot about pitches, and I teach other people how to do their elevator pitches, in terms of that kind of 90-second spill to sell your business. But yeah, first time, self-nomination, but someone thought enough of me to send it to me. So I don't even remember who that person was, but thank you, whoever you were.
Say, shout out to them. Shout out
to them, because I didn't find it on my own.
So what went all into, the preparation and practice, if there was any, for the pitch that you delivered that ultimately won you this contest?
Oh, so let's say I drove my wife and my mother crazy for probably at least a week. Mind you, it was in the middle of spring break. And so I was away with my son trying to, balance the mom and work thing. And so I had took him down the shore. So I knew physically I was going to be out of sorts, but I was like, I can do this. So anyhow, just lots of like what needs to be in this pitch. Like, it's so much, right? I think that my vision, what we've been doing, the research is a lot. So I just wanted to fit it into those 2 minutes that I was like right at the second. But yeah, so a lot went into it, just a lot of people reading it, and giving me advice and like what's really needed and what's not. I think that's the biggest thing. I watched a lot of pitches on YouTube, like, just like, what does the world say is the best pitch, right? And so, but I really just wanted my heart to shine through, as well as, because that's what I do it for. I got to meet so many amazing people this weekend, but a few people, told me that, really affirmed that I don't do this for money. They could tell. Right. It's not something that's done for money. It's something that's done for the community. It's not yes, we're going to make money one day when it gets like to that level, but for right now, it's just the reciprocated, the money flows right back in, right? So we can do the next event. And that's what it's about, right? It's really about these businesses and the opportunities that they get from this opportunity. But yeah, so a lot of practice. I must have read the pitch 5 times before you put me on there, and then I had technical difficulties. I don't know if you remember, but
it's a little something.
There was something going on, and my computer went down right before it was time for me to go on air, and then my headphones weren't working. But nonetheless, I didn't let none of that stop what I had to tell y'all. So it was good.
Right. And then, I mean, some of what comes with the grand prize package that is valued at $5,000, you get your 1-year forward small business membership, you get radio advertising, an on-air interview, you get social media outreach support, acknowledgement in the WURD newsletter, featured on our livelihood website. You get a complimentary 1-year membership at the Greater Philadelphia Chamber of Commerce and the African American Chamber of Commerce. That also comes with free access to 3 trainings at the Business Center. Like there's quite a bit packed into this package. What does this mean, winning this? Like, what does this mean for Black Food and Dessert Expo and for where it goes from here?
Right. Yes. So many perks. And shout out to WURD, because I was able to cash in on some of those perks in preparation for the April Expo. And that was definitely a small turnaround. So I just appreciate everyone on y'all team for allowing us to get a commercial in, allowing us to be back on the air with Solomon Jones on whatever morning that was, Wednesday morning. So all of those things contributed to the increased exposure this weekend, which was so great. But it does mean that more people will learn about what we do. So, we have so many inquiries now about being a vendor, and not only just vendors, but just people being involved to own different food industry products, right? Because we work with people who do spices and sauces, and it's everything. Our people are so creative, and when it comes to the food, just out of this world. So being able to connect with future sponsors, we got a few sponsor emails, which is definitely amazing, and basic exposure, that part, right? The exposure, right? How I can also get networked to different organizations that I haven't been a part of, to share, because when I'm exposed, all of the businesses in my network are exposed. And that's the amazing part of what I do. I totally believe when you're climbing, you got to reach back and bring someone with you. And that has always been my motto, not to go anywhere where I don't bring folks, right? And any exposure I get, I share resources, why it's important to have a membership at the African American Chamber of Commerce, right? Or most businesses don't even know it exists, what it does, what the benefits are. So all of these perks I'm able to use and learn, and then teach other businesses why they're important, and show them the benefit of them. So it means that we can hopefully go bigger in October, depending on the world and COVID, just a little bigger. We'll see. And then maybe by 2022, we'll be back kind of to where we were a couple of years ago. But our goal would be to grow this so that it could be as big, as some of the really big food and drink festivals. And it's only our people, and how amazing would that be, right? But they do. It costs a lot of money, and so that's the piece. Being at the Expo Center in July of 2019, there had never been an all African American food and dessert festival. We were the first, and I can tell you from the back end, I know why. The numbers are unlike any other small venue. We had never imagined what we were getting into, but we were too far in, and our businesses deserved it, so we kept on going. But it's very expensive to be at a certain level in the expo world. Right. And one of my things is to be accessible and affordable. Right. So I don't want to have a vendor pay $500 for a booth. I think it's just ridiculous. Like, our small businesses can't afford it. So how do we get to that level without sponsors, right? The sponsors will help us keep it accessible and affordable. And we need more of those. So we've had some great small sponsors in the past, but we're hoping to really beef up sponsorship to take us to the next level.
And listen, I believe in speaking what you need, right? Because you never know who will answer the call. So when we're talking about those sponsorship levels that are available, or donation levels that could really help out, can you kind of paint us a picture, or just give us a ballpark of what those sponsorships look like, what you're seeking, and what kind of donations would make all the difference in what you all have going on?
Yes, absolutely. For just a 10 or 9 or 10,000 square feet at an expo, we're talking about $1,000 per square feet when you rent at an expo center level. So as you can imagine, if we had a sponsor to give us anywhere between $10,000 and $20,000, it seems like a lot, right? But they could sponsor the whole weekend, and then of course be privy to our audience. So like I said, in July on our own, we brought 750 people into the event. We had 31 businesses represented. And so sponsorship levels could be anywhere, but our sponsorship levels used to be $500 and $1,000, which will get sponsors a table at our event. We'll get their name on our bags. And those small sponsorships work too. But in order to go to expo level, we have to remember the size, right?
Wow. That's not even all of the interview. But when you talk about leveling up, right? Not just in theory, but the work of
and the cost.
and
we utilize
that right there. Just captured a lot of it, right? The work that goes into the level up. If you are just tuning in, the woman whom you just heard speaking is the one and only Anissa Smith, the WURD winner, right? She is the owner and creator of the Black Food and Dessert Expo. And, we got to hear from Melody Span Cooper, CEO of WVON out of Chicago, and hear her chat a bit with Angie Moore, who was the winner there. And then also we heard from Karen Spade, right, of KJLH out of LA, and got to hear her chat with Nicole Green, who was the winner out of LA. And we had to do this pre-recorded interview with Anissa, still learn quite a bit about her story. But I want to bring in Sarah Lomax Reese, right? Because we're getting ready to close this show out. We got to close it out hearing from the one and only Sarah Lomax Reese. So Sarah, I mean, and that chat with Anissa, I think one of the things that really resonated with me was her speaking to the short turnaround. And, from that moment of being declared the winner of the 2021 Level Up contest to then needing the support like instantly, like accessibly in that moment, and being able to receive that, whether it was commercials, interviews, which also led to sponsorship emails that she received. Like there was a really quick turnaround period. So I don't know, just to hear her share a bit about what that moment meant to her. What does that mean for you or to you?
Yeah, I think that what I love about Anissa's business model is the way she described it. It's kind of the lift as you climb model. And so I think, we had 3 judges who were completely independent of the radio station. And so we didn't know who was going to win. They had their own system. And what I think that resonated with them about Anissa's business model was that she was empowering herself, but she was empowering this whole ecosystem, this whole kind of Black food and dessert and drink industry locally. And so as she builds and grows, she's empowering all of these other entities. And the thing that I love about radio in general is the quick turnaround. Like this instantaneous ability to tap into a moment, whether it's a news moment, an event, or something like what we're talking about right here, that she needed support for something that was happening on Friday. And we were able to mobilize support for her on very short notice and it can be effective. And that's what I love about this medium. And I'm just grateful that she's doing what she's doing, because I love to eat. I love, desserts and drink and all of that stuff. And I'm excited to see how it evolves, and what it means for Philadelphia, and maybe potentially beyond Philadelphia, because I think it's a great idea, and it's a great model that she's developed.
Yeah, like the potential is unlimited, and really excited. And like you, I cannot wait just for the food alone. All the new foods that I'll be introduced to, and the chefs and all of that. I'm so excited. But of course, we got to get ready to get out of here.
If I could just, I just want to really thank Karen and Melody, and the partnership, the collaboration with Chicago and LA. This is something that, we tested out a couple of years ago, and it's, we're getting our sea legs under us, and it's just always so invigorating to work with them, and to see what else is happening in other parts of the country in the Black community. And so I just want to congratulate personally the other two winners, Coco and Angie, in Chicago and LA. And we'll just have to keep this going. We'll have to keep the connection and the collaboration ongoing.
Yeah. It was, even behind the scenes, y'all, synergy was happening. They were connecting and talking, and I can't wait to get out to LA and Chicago. So that was really beautiful to see. And want to make sure we shout out the sponsors here in Philly who made the 2021 Level Up contest possible: Bank of America, Pico, Brown ShopRite, Keystone First, Comcast, Jefferson. It takes a village, and the village got it done, y'all. We got it done this year. So shout out to all of you who either cast your nomination or who self-nominated, even if maybe you didn't make the cut this year on that one, right? That is no reason to not continue doing the work that you are doing, and to stay engaged with WURD Radio. Because Women's History Month may be over, but the grind, the commitment to Black-owned businesses, and specifically women Black-owned businesses, remains. So please do make sure you visit wordradio.com. When you go there, you can start or renew your one-on-one, like your personal membership, or you can also look at our small business membership options. And I think a beautiful thing that has continuously come out of the 2021, and I believe that was 2019 or 2020 Level Up contest, is that we now have this growing database of Black entrepreneurs, Black women-owned businesses, who are in the city and just slaying it. And so looking forward to continuing to build community through that platform, right, through Level Up. And make sure, if you haven't already, right, visit wordworks.com, right? You can learn more about our livelihood initiative there, get all the resources that you need and all that good stuff, right? But with that said, it's time for us to get out of here. You have been tuned into Safe Space on WURD Radio. I'm your host, Sincerely Syreeta. Keep your dials locked, because coming up next is Keeping It Real with the Reverend Al Sharpton. Shout out to all the folks who made tonight's show possible. And y'all already know the deal. Remember to taste your words before you feed them to someone else. And always, 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 y'all, empathize, empower, and evolve. Peace.